Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a pretty big discussion going on over here when it comes to Forbes, where this article's been kind of making its way around town. In this regards, now we're basically saying Xbox just doesn't really want someone to buy an Xbox, so, well, people basically aren't just buying Xboxes. It kind of seems like the sales are going down, especially in comparison to the PlayStation or the Switch. Future projection sales are going down, and we even kind of saw this big news as per recent where Xbox is getting rid of the physical copies of games, so basically like getting rid of, like, say, Halo in Walmart, Halo in Best Buy, getting rid of stuff like Starfield at Target, whatever it might be. And it's kind of like they're really going hardcore in Game Pass. We've always brought this up. We always talk about it. It's almost like kind of being being a broken horse. But it's intriguing because it does kind of seem like right now Xbox and Microsoft doesn't really want you to be spending money on consoles. And we're going to go talk about this because it does kind of seem like it might be a little bit on the true side. So let's go talk about it. And of course, as always, make sure you guys are nice in the comments. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want to follow. We have the Weeble. If you guys sign up and deposit a bunch of random money, you guys get a bunch of random free stocks, so check those on out if you guys would like. And of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on all this type of stuff down below. It's kind of weird because I do feel like a lot of audience in my community, some people do have Xbox Series X or S's, and hopefully you guys always love it, and some people are purely on the PC side when it comes to Game Pass, kind of like me. So it's always kind of fun to kind of see if you guys ever want to tell me in your comments down below. You guys can. So as I mentioned, we've been kind of seeing this article getting some heat. We're getting some people talk about it on Twitter, where Microsoft says you don't need to buy an Xbox, so just people aren't. And it's a very intriguing thing because this really has been my mindset the entire time. I have a nice PC and I will go support Xbox and Microsoft through Game Pass. I have a current Game Pass subscription. I've been playing Pal World on it right this second. And I just have never, not once, ever wanted to go get an Xbox Series X or S. Now, I do think there's merits to it. I think if you have one and you don't have like a god tier PC, dude, that's great. That's good. Like, enjoy it. Love it. Like, I love Xbox and the Xbox people are dope. I think the Xbox games are dope. And even with upcoming games like the Indiana Jones games or Hellblade, I'm excited for Xbox. I'm excited for the future of Xbox. I want to play Halo. I want to see all these cool games and I'm excited for it. But at the same time, it really kind of always comes back to they want to sell like cool mobile Game Pass parts. They want to put like Game Pass on TVs. They want to put it on PC. And like, I'm cool with that because the more options, the better. And I think Xbox is okay with it too. Now, obviously, though, Xbox wants you to buy hardware. They want you to be buying Xbox Series X and S's or their future consoles too to compete with PlayStation, compete with like the Switch. But it really does kind of seem like they just don't care at the end of the day. Microsoft showed a big boost in gaming revenue. We talked about this on yesterday's videos. In gaming revenue, its recent earnings call, elevated, of course, by its newfound acquisition of Activision Blizzard because they got a little extra money from, say, Call of Duty, from, say, like, Overwatch, loot boxes, Diablo, whatever. And at this point, too, even on that, they're going to be making money from PlayStation. They're going to be making money on Steam. And they kind of basically brought up their revenue sources, which I still think was really smart. Anyone who buys Call of Duty on PlayStation, Xbox is making money. Anyone who buys a microtransaction on any platform, Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, they're making money. Anyone who goes and wants to go get Game Pass, if they include the games on Game Pass, if they're on TVs, on their PC, on Xbox consoles, whatever it might be, they're making money. And so at this point, they actually have a lot of other cool stuff as well. So however, the Xbox and Xbox gaming division seems to be getting less and less relevant as time goes on. Microsoft CFO Amy Hood said there was weaker than expected performance in terms of console sales, and that the next quarter's forecast would be year-over-year decline, even as gaming revenue as a whole is still ticking up, which is intriguing because, like, they're making money. They're making money on Game Pass. They're making money on games being sold. They're making money on game, like, say, accessories or controllers or whatever. And they still are making money on Xbox consoles. Like, I'm not saying Xbox consoles are done. I'm not saying they're not making money on them. They are. But their overall numbers are lower than expected. Their overall profits are lower than expected. And their long-term projections are also lower than expected. So why is this happening? Unlike the underperforming Xbox One, there is nothing especially wrong with the Xbox Series S or X, but rather this is a reflective Microsoft-owned continued messaging first that Xbox sales don't matter, which is true. I mean, as an overall company, Microsoft does not need Xbox. If Xbox disappeared from existence tomorrow, Microsoft would probably not bat an eye. I mean, they'd still care. They're still losing money, but they're still going to be one of the most profitable, if not still the most profitable company in the entire planet if they lost Xbox. Now, you want to keep Xbox, duh, but like at this point, like it's almost like a push towards keeping people on Windows, the Windows PC Store, and also, once again, subsidizing up the cloud hosting. Cloud hosting was number one. Like, Microsoft made most of their money from Azure and cloud hosting. Who is also probably paying a lot of money for cloud hosting? Game Pass and Xbox. And you guys might be thinking, wait, that's dumb. It's the same company. Who cares? Well, that's not really how subsidiaries work. A good example is like Twitch, like the twitch.tv, the website where I always stream. I always link it, follow it. But basically, they are still paying money to Amazon. Amazon owns Twitch. Amazon has AWS hosting. Twitch will still be spending money to maintain their website on Amazon because you also have to make sure it's like a profitable company. Now, not 100% of companies will do that. Some subsidiaries are like, just sure, we'll pay the money for it. Why not? But something like Amazon does get money off of Twitch. Same thing with Xbox. Xbox is most likely paying money to Azure, or at least has some sort of revenue share, or et cetera, and it's like still like we'll give you a deal, but you still have to pay for internal documents. Now that's just like how the corporate basically world works. You have like intercompany loans, you have intercompany deals. You can maybe go and still sell it for 50% of the profit, like an at cost, or whatever it might be, but you still have to make sure that the company is maintaining profitability. Because guess what if you're, say, for Twitch, what if Twitch is losing $100 million a year, and then they're also then using $50 million of Amazon cloud hosting and costing the company then $150 million. That's horrible. But if they're still losing $100 million, but they're still able to go make $50 million to pay off Amazon, that kind of nets things out and they're still able to pay their bills. I hope that makes sense. But either way, like, it's still okay. So they're saying the underperforming Xbox One, there is nothing especially wrong with the Xbox Series X or S, but rather this is reflectives Microsoft's own continued messaging, as we mentioned. That doesn't matter. The games don't matter because they have Game Pass, they have the cloud, they have streaming, and this seems fine. But at the same time, like, do you really want to keep on buying Xbox consoles if you'd rather just maybe spend that money on a PC? Let's say you skip the Xbox Series X, you get $500, and then at this point, you're like, well, it's been 3 years, I wish I could play Xbox games or Game Pass games. Well, guess what? What if you wait another 2 years and go spend $1,000, get a pretty well up-to-date PC, and you're in the gaming PC market for the next 5 years for Game Pass games? Now, it may not be the best PC, but it still lasts. Like, I'd rather just do that at this point. And I think a lot of folks, even my mindset, if you had, say, like $1,500 and $500, I'd rather spend $1,500 and get a nice PC rather than get an Xbox and then kind of sit around with Game Pass, if you have the options. But as well, Microsoft has been downplaying the need to buy an Xbox because they just don't want you to go get one. They're like, hey, like, we just want Game Pass. Give us Game Pass. If literally no one buys an Xbox console for our next generation, we sell 3 million of them, which is horrible for this day and age. They'll be like, yeah, cool, nice, get Game Pass. Our Game Pass numbers went up 5 million, cool, we're making more money, let's take it. It's like Netflix. Like, if Netflix had a physical store, it's probably maybe just for fun or novelty. They don't really want people doing physical rentals. They want people just going online and getting their Netflix subscription. But I think it's intriguing because they just don't want people to get Xboxes. They just don't care anymore. And I would even be surprised if at some point the Xbox console, it will literally go away. We've heard rumors on them saying it's too expensive. We have rumors on it saying, like, wait, we don't need it. I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon. I do not think, like, we're going to probably have at least like 3 minimum, 2 or 3 more Xbox consoles, regardless, no matter what. But at the same time, I would not be that phased out if they somehow got rid of it. More and more people keep on going to PC. What does also PC do? Gets more people on Windows, Microsoft Teams, Game Pass, cloud gaming, etc. And you usually have a better internet connection either way. I could see it. But at the same time, Xbox is kind of underselling how much they want you to get an Xbox. And of course, they're also like downscaling the numbers, saying big overall revenues from Microsoft Gaming. But on flip sides, hardware continues to be a struggle for Xbox Series. Hardware forecast next quarter is a decline year over year, and revenue forecast points to low units. Microsoft Gaming growing in other areas, but hardware performance is contracting. And I think Xbox is okay with this. Now, would I want to have them both win? Like, do you want more consoles as Microsoft? Yes. You want more Game Pass? Yes. But at the same time, once again, if Game Pass is winning, maybe kind of cycle out the Xbox over time. You get rid of it and you go get more Game Pass. I think that's okay. And they're saying, again, the continued messaging here is that even if the sales are starting to decline year over year and coming in below forecast, Microsoft is still touting that the gaming arm is growing. So more people are buying games, more people are doing Game Pass, more people are streaming games, which is fine. Like, it's the future. It's 2024. That's okay. And this is spearheaded by Xbox Game Pass itself, albeit we have not gotten updated subscription figures, though, for 2 years now, but they're still around the 20, maybe 30 billion, maybe kind of goes up, kind of goes down. We're not really sure. And of course, now that Activision Blizzard has also joined, though, that makes even more sense. They'll have things like Call of Duty making money in microtransactions and sales, even like I said, on PlayStation and all those other things, to a certain point where, like, Activision almost once again takes away Xbox. Like, if you're making money on PlayStation, you don't really need to make money on Xbox. Like, you already want. Like, at that point, your game is on competitors, you're making money on microtransactions in games, or like Overwatch, or like, game like battle passes, or like WoW subscriptions and everything else with that one. So you still had to spend $70 billion, but you're going to keep on making that money. You basically spent money to make money over time. And once again, you just don't really need an Xbox for that. Like, if you can go and just make everyone else make money for you and you just keep on making games, you can just be a publisher. and you still make money because you're Xbox. People want these games. They want Call of Duty. They want Call of Duty Mobile. They want Overwatch. So at this point, like, Xbox is becoming kind of obsolete, which is not a bad thing. They might be a good thing for them in the long run. It might be better for Microsoft to almost at some point phase out the consoles and just become a publisher and focus on cloud hosting, because that's what's making them money either way. The internet keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. PC gaming becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And at the same time, most people maybe want to have subscription plans such as, World of Warcraft, Game Pass, kind of look at Netflix rather than anything else. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments on all this type of stuff down below, because it's kind of true. Like, Xbox consoles are slowly dying, and we may not need them in the future. We have the Twitter and Twitch down below if you guys want to follow. We have the Webull links too as well. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place. Give your thoughts and comments all down below.